In John chapter 4, there's a portion of that scripture that we call the encounter with the woman at the well. Jesus begins to build a relationship with a woman that is kind of an outcast in her community, definitely has some brokenness going on in her life, has a past, and is considered kind of someone that's not really relationally too well received in that community. But through this encounter with Christ, this connection that happens, there's a transformation that begins. And she begins to tell her story to the people she does life with in that community. There's something powerful that begins to happen when we share our story. This woman would see her entire community come to Christ because she was willing to share what God was doing in and through her life. And we want that same thing to happen to you. We want you to be able to share the things that Jesus is doing and stirring in your life. And as we share that story, keep a couple things in mind. The first one being this: value people's time. Sometimes we try to stretch out our stories. We make it too long. We make it too complicated, too convoluted. And in doing so, the story of Christ gets lost. They've tuned us out. So make it short. Make it simple. When you share about what God is doing in your life, when people see that you value their time, they'll value what you have to say. The second thing is, don't overcomplicate it. Don't make it, doctrinal thesis on what Jesus is doing in my life. Make it simple to understand that what's going on, what's happening internally with you, maybe some of the struggles that you're happening through this process, but make it simple in what you say so that people can wrap around the idea of what Jesus is doing in your life. When you do that, you begin to connect, grow, and go with Jesus. That's today's Ministry Minute.